Hey Canucks fans, Jake Virtanen will be bought out by the Vancouver Canucks. I'm Canuck Clay. I'm the founder of the GLCPC, the Good Looking Canucks Positivity Club. This is my Canucks take, all in one take. It's Clay's Canucks commentary for Sunday, July the 25th. Subscribe now for Canucks insight that's positive, timely, and trustworthy. Was just getting out of bed, recovering from yesterday's all-day grad party for my son Jacob, and we got the news that we were kind of expecting, although still kind of jarring when you see it. On Twitter, right at 9 a.m., the Canucks announcing Canucks GM Jim Benning has confirmed today that Jake Virtanen has been placed on unconditional waivers for the purposes of a buyout. Now, the buyout window closes the day before free agency, so players have to be bought out by this Tuesday, July the 27th, because free agency opens on Wednesday, July the 28th. So while we were talking about this maybe for a few months now, it's come up to us really quickly now that the two drafts are behind us, the expansion draft and the entry draft. And now the next big thing on the NHL calendar is indeed free agency this Wednesday. Buyout window closes the day before. So we knew that the Canucks, all teams have to initiate this process if they haven't done so already, or the next 3 days to get it done. And to do so, you have to put a player on waivers first before you can actually buy them out. So we'll probably see this throughout the league today. But yes, unconditional waivers means for the purposes of buyout, when you declare that, you're basically telling the world that we are going to buy this player out. Now with Jake Virtanen, no surprise. Obviously, there are some issues, some concerns about his play, his effectiveness. Ever since we drafted him at pretty high, actually, it was 6 overall back in 2014, the year between Horvat and Brock Besser. You have Jake Virtanen in there. So not only was his play on the ice a bit of an issue, he showed glimpses, showed flashes of play, of how good he could be. And I used to be a big Virtanen fan. I would say he has a nice combination of speed, of decent skill. He's got size, and he's got a decent shot, like especially a great wrist shot, snap shot. But there are always questions about his hockey IQ, and he wasn't the best player on the offensive zone. He wasn't the best creator, and a lot of plays admittedly would die on his stick. So if there are questions about his hockey IQ, I'm not saying that he's not bright at all, but I'm saying that on the ice, he didn't show a lot of chemistry with many players. And he got a chance to play with Pettersson and others like that, and Bo. But now there are questions about his character, because as we know, and we won't get into too much here, but he's in the middle of a sexual misconduct investigation for an incident that happened, I think it was back in 2017, in September 2017. So there's that right now too, and we don't know how long that's going to take. The police are involved, Vancouver Police, VPD, are involved in that. So who knows how long that's going to take to resolve. So there was questions about Jake Virtanen on the ice, and there's certainly questions about Jake Virtanen off the ice. And once we knew that the Canucks were going to face some salary cap challenges this summer, and yes, it was nice that they got to trade Eriksson, Beagle, and Roussel, but we're bringing in almost the same amount of money, Ekman Larsson, and a new contract for Garland. Don't forget we need a new contract for Jason Dickinson. And don't forget, the biggest one is we're waiting for new contracts for Elias Pettersson and Quinn Hughes. So there's all this to keep in mind. With Jake Virtanen, because of his age, the buyout is actually more effective and more beneficial to the Canucks than, say, if he was older. Remember, we won't get into the math right here, but generally, and I'll put a link in the video description about how these buyouts are calculated. I'll put a link to Cap Friendly there so you can see it yourself. But in essence, think of the total salary, total money owing, I should say. You are basically paying 2/3 of that, but spread over 2 years. So if someone was owed $3 million, for instance, on the last year of their contract, you would only owe them $2 million, 2/3, spread over 2 years. So $1 million this year, $1 million next year. However, with players under 27 years old, like Jake Virtanen, you only owe them 1/3 over 2 years. So, for instance, a $3 million salary like Jake Virtanen has, now you only owe him not $2 million, but $1 million spread over 2 years. So the actual annual cost is only $500 grand. So you're only owing $1 million on this contract now instead of $3 million, what he was supposed to make if he played for the Canucks. So that's why the buyout ratio of 1/3 is really good for a younger player like Jake Virtanen. So it really makes sense to do all this now. And there are some more additional calculations, complicated calculations with signing bonuses and whatever it may be. But the biggest thing is on the Canucks cap, it's only going to cost $50,000. $50,000 on the Canucks cap this season and $500,000 on the cap next season instead of $3 million for this season. So that is really, really good. And like I said, I'll put a link to Cap Friendly in the video description. So this is big news, Canucks fans. Obviously, that's a lot of money that the Canucks save by buying him out. Excuse me. And that means more money to help with the negotiations with Pettersson, with Hughes, with signing likely a fourth line center, whether it's a Travis Boyd or a Brandon Sutter, and probably one more defenseman on the right side. And that's presuming Schmidt stays, right? If Schmidt gets traded and you trade away a $6 million contract for someone who makes $2 or $3 million, then you're saving $3 million there. There's also a Braden Holtby buyout as well, but it sounds like that's not going to happen. At least they haven't announced it yet so far. So the big news today, Canucks has Jake Virtanen placed on unconditional waivers for the purposes of a buyout. No surprise, but like I said, it is still jarring to see when you see it actually confirmed. Canucks fans, leave a comment below. What do you think of this move? Is it a no-brainer given the situation that Jake Virtanen is in and the cap savings? Let me know what you think. Leave a comment below. I'd love to hear your reaction. And I'm still going to do my Ask Me Anything vlog a little bit later this morning. I still got to do a bit of cleanup outside. I'll probably do that from outside a bit later. So I will still get to my regular Ask Me Anything vlog a little bit later this morning. Shout out to my Hall of Fame members, Jens95, simalexander, Just Incredible, nucksfan number 29, Lucas Gates, Chris Seifried, Adam Broomfield, Shea Family Channel, Jamie Sports Talk and more, Shannon Hollingworth, and Andrew Chang. Thanks for your support as always, and thanks to the support of all members of all levels. You are listed in my video descriptions. If you want to become a member of the CCC Crew, press the join button underneath this or under my videos or on the memberships tab on my YouTube channel. Last thing, just before I wrap up, I know that I actually have a Jake Virtanen jersey. It's one of those. It's my gray one with the Canucks one and with Virtanen's name on the back. Probably haven't seen me wear that in a while. I'm gonna wait till I see what happens with this sexual misconduct case. Don't want to judge early, but it's not a good look right now, and it'll be even less of a look if he doesn't when it doesn't play for the team. So no big deal, but it's funny how that was one of the first things I thought of when I woke up as I was running downstairs to record this. Leave a comment. Would love to know your thoughts on this decision. Subscribe if you'd like to. Like this video if you'd like to become a member of this channel if you'd like to. Stay safe, stay healthy, take care of yourselves, and take care of each other. Have a great day. God bless. And I'll see you later this morning for my Ask Me Anything. Go Canucks, go.